Hi, readers. It's Lori. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time. I'm happy to be here with you. I'm happy to be talking about books with you today. And this is kind of an unusual topic, I guess, but maybe something that other people talk about on BookTube as well. I don't know. But what I'm going to talk about today is the books that I don't remember why I purchased them or anything about what they're about. I was just sitting here in this chair, which is right here, and I was looking at the shelves, and I looked at those shelves too, and I thought to myself, what is it that made me buy that book, and what is that book about? And it just started to like aggravate me, and I wanted to look, but then I thought to myself, well, this might be a fun topic to talk about in the month of September because I am thinking about kind of what I want to read in the next few months, what I want to make sure I get to in 2024. I've been focusing more on my backlist, but also I've been, acquiring a few books here and there since I'm off the no buy piece, but I want them to have meaning. And I'm not suggesting I'm going to unhaul any of these, although it's possible that I will after I start reading them. I do think I'm going to try each of them. But I want to just kind of dive a little bit more deeply into these books and what they're about and why I bought them. And they seem to be books that I'm not necessarily hearing a lot of people talk about, although one of them that may be untrue. I think I did hear somebody say the other day that she read that. It might have been on social media platform, on the phone rather than on a video format, but there might be one that somebody did mention the other day. So let's get started. So the first one is The Elephant of Belfast by S. Kirk Walsh. I don't know that a lot of people talk about this book. I don't know when I got this book. S. Kirk Walsh lives in Austin, Texas, and she's been widely published in the New York Times, Book Review, Long Read, Story Quarterly, Electric Literature. This is her first novel, The Elephant of Belfast, published in 2021. This is a first edition, I think. And I don't remember anything about this. Together, we're going to figure this out. Here we go. The first thing is a blurb by Ben Fountain, who wrote Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. And Ben says, The Elephant of Belfast knocked me flat and picked me up not just once, but many times over the course of S. Kirk Walsh's deeply satisfying telling. There is so much life in these pages, life as well as death. Okay. That's probably what made me buy it at the time, right? Okay, Belfast, October 1940. 20-year-old zookeeper Hetty Quinn arrives at the city docks in time to meet her new charge, an orphaned 3-year-old Indian elephant named Violet. So apparently she and Violet are connected, and then World War rages in October of 1940. Fighting, tensions, wanting a free and unified Ireland. The relative peace is shattered by air raid sirens on the evening of Easter Tuesday, 1941, and bombs rain down on Belfast. Inspired by a largely forgotten chapter of World War II. Walsh deftly renders the changing relationship between Hetty and Violet and their growing dependence on each other for survival and solace. Okay. Okay. I'm sure that this cover had something to do with it, but I also do think that probably the World War connection also had something to do with it. This is blurbed by only one author that I've ever heard of, and that is Christina Baker Klein. It has been on my shelves for all this time, but also this isn't a book that, again, a lot of people that I am watching and connected to are talking about. It sounds like a great read to me. So, hallelujah for me finding that and being able to prioritize it for myself. This one, this is an author I'm familiar with, but I don't even remember buying this book. Inspection by Josh Malerman. I would have to look and see when I bought it, but I got it from Krista. I'm assuming Books and Jams, Krista. But I don't know. Could be anybody on Pango. That's probably where I got it, was Pango. It's in great condition. I don't remember hearing anything about Inspection. I do like Josh Malerman. I've read at least a couple of books by Josh Malerman, I think. Let's see what those might be. I did read Bird Box, so I know that's one for sure. Let's see what else I've read by Josh Malerman. Hello, where are you? Well, none of those. I feel like I've read another one by Josh Malerman. Maybe not. Maybe this will be my second, but I have no memory of what this is about or why I bought it. Boys are being trained at one school for geniuses, girls at another. Neither knows the other exists until now. This best-selling author of Bird Box invites you into a world of secrets and horror in this tantalizing thriller. So there's Jay, a student from a school in the forest, one of 26 students. They all think the founder of this school is their father. Jay's peers are the only family he's ever had. They're trained to be prodigies in art, science, and athletics, and their life at school is all they know and all they're allowed to know. But Jay suspects there's something else out there that someone doesn't want them to see. And what is the purpose of this school, and why can they never leave? Then the other side of the forest, there's another school. A girl named Kay is asking the same questions. Now, J is the letter J and K is the letter K. J has never seen a girl and K has never seen a boy, and they work to investigate the secrets of their strange school and discover something more mysterious. Sounds fantastic to me, but I got it at some point and I never read it. When was this published? 2019, this came out. I feel like this would be a good one, and I haven't thought about Josh Malerman in a while. All right, this one is blurred by Chuck Wendig, and the other people I don't know either. Do people talk about this book? You tell me if you've heard about this book anywhere else. But it's beautiful. I love this color cover. I love this color for sure. All right, there we go. So we have a horror so far and a historical fiction so far. Let's see what this is. The Secret Book of Flora Lee by Patty Callahan Henry, an author I have not read anything by. This one also says a world war and a fairy tale collide. So this is more historical, set in war-torn London, 1939. Hazel, who's 14, and Flora, who's 5, are evacuated from their home to a rural village to escape the horrors of the Second World War. And they begin to live with Bridie Aberdeen and her teenage son, Harry. But then Flora vanishes. Hazel blames herself and carries that guilt into adulthood. And 20 years later, Hazel is in London, ready to move from her bookstore job somewhere else. And she unwraps a package containing an illustrated book called Whisperwood and the River of Stars, which was a world that Hazel had created just for Flora. So could this be a sign that Flora is alive? And she goes on a quest to find out. Patty Callahan Henry has written 16 novels and received this Christie Award for Book of the Year, Harper Lee Award for Distinguished Writer of the Year, and the Alabama Library Association Book of the Year Award. She has a podcast, Friends in Fiction. Full-time author, mother of 3, lives in Mountain Brook, Alabama, and Bluffton, South Carolina. So she travels back and forth. Nice end pages. I haven't looked at this since I got it. And I think I got it like at Book Outlet or somewhere like this. But this was written in 2023. May of 2023 is when this came out. So I obviously bought it last year. That's not that long ago. Why did I not have any real memory of this book? I don't know. But I do remember getting a big haul from Book Outlet or Thrift Books somewhere and this was in that big haul. But some of those books I remember getting, this one is not one of them. Let me know if you have heard people talking about this book. Let me know if you've read it. This is a beautiful cover as well. Gorgeous colors, gorgeous scenes. This looks like this river runs through. It is blurred by Paula McLean. I do know who that is. Sarah Penner, Christina Baker Klein, Fiona Davis, Janet Skelzian Charles, Jamie Ford, Sadekwa Johnson, and Kristen Harmel. I know everybody who's blurbed about this book. That might have helped me decide to get it. Jamie Ford says he absolutely loved this book, and I really absolutely love Jamie Ford. So there you go. I bought this. Let's see if we can tell when I bought this. 2022. But I have read 2 books by this author. I have no memory of when I bought this. I'm sure I could look back at a haul if it's been recent, but this is The Prisoner by B.A. Paris. I read before this, I read Behind Closed Doors and The Breakdown, I think. Yeah. I know I read Behind Closed Doors because I remember it, but I have no memory of buying this, and I don't know. Maybe because it came in a stack, but that's not true for The Elephant of Belfast, I don't think, or the inspection book, but I just don't know. Anyway, Emily has always been a survivor, losing her parents as a child in Paris, making it on her own in London, building a life for herself, meets Carolyn, who offers her a job at a magazine. She's swept up in a glamorous city lifestyle, leads her to marrying her handsome billionaire Jed. But then the kidnapping happens. She wakes up in a pitch black room, not knowing where she is, and something is connected, I guess, to her husband in this scenario. B.A. Paris has written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other books, lives in France and in the UK. I don't know why, I don't know when, I don't know how, but this one kind of keeps calling to me because of the title, I guess, and because I've read something else by this author. So there's obviously 2 of those now that I have already had an experience with them. Just haven't read that. And then the last one. So this one is a Book of the Month Club book. It's very large print. It's larger print than some for sure. I did not get this from my Book of the Month Club selections. I got this maybe from Pango because there was also a note in here that said thank you for reading or thank you for purchasing or something. But this is Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Rayburn. So I was mistaking this the other day for another book, which I actually just finished, because of the design. It is red. It is about people who have killed somebody, and it's probably totally different, but I don't remember anything about this book because I've had it for a while and I didn't pick it up, but it's white and red and it has pearls on it as well. And it was the September 2022 Book of the Month Club pick. I've not read anything by Deanna Rayburn. She is an Edgar Award nominated author of the Veronica Speedwell mysteries, and I've never heard of those, and the Lady Julia Gray series. She lives in Virginia. Okay, let's see what this is about. Older women often feel invisible, but that's sometimes their secret weapon. So the other book that I just read is about people who live in a retirement facility, and they were trying to investigate a murder. This one is about assassins in a clandestine international organization, but now they're 60 years old and there's 4 of them. They can't just retire. It's kill or be killed, it says. So Billy, Mary Alice, Helen, and Natalie have worked for the museum, an elite network of assassins, for 40 years. Now their talents are considered old school. No one appreciates what they do and relies more on technology than people skills. But when they are sent on an all expenses paid vacation to mark their retirement, they are targeted by one of their own, and only the board, the top level members of the museum, can order the termination of field agents, and the women realize they've been marked for death. So it sounds fantastic, which is why I bought it, I'm sure. But here it is, unread. So one about killers who are older and used to be in a clandestine organization. It's got all the things I love. The Prisoner, which is about a girl who is newly married and then kidnapped, and we don't know what happened to her, and it must have something to do with her husband. She looks so young in that photo, but I think she's obviously older than that. Then I have The Secret Book of Flora Lee, which is a book about a missing sister who then maybe wrote a book and isn't missing after all, and her sister's going to try to find out. Horror, Josh Malerman, inspection to schools. What's happening? Is this good for them to be in these schools? Are these people that are running these schools sinister? I don't know. And The Elephant of Belfast, S. Kirk Walsh, World War II historical fiction. Sounds just so sweet. And I love books about animals and about people who care for them and who support them. I want to make sure Violet ends up okay. So am I going to read these in the next month or so? No, but I definitely am going to make a stack so that I can get back to them. Oh, goodness. I've been out of practice, you guys. So I can get back to them and read them hopefully by the end of the year or shortly into the new year. But I feel like if I put one or two in the priority list for the next couple of months, I should be able to do that. Can I? Sure, why not? All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments and your participation with me in this channel is so valued. I really did miss making some videos while I was away, and so I'm ready to get back in the groove and start publishing some content and reading all the comments. I'm trying to get to them a little by little each day, but thank you so, so very much. And as always, happy reading. Bye.